Hello everyone, I'm Jimmy. Today's day 296 of reading. Today reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Let's get started. We are currently on page 487. Let's go. Write yourself and everything, said Hermione vaguely, now squinting down the index of weird wizarding dilemmas and their solutions. Professor McGonagall told us, remember? You've got to register yourself with the improper use of magic office, what animal you become, and your markings, so you can't abuse it. Hermione, I was joking, said Harry warily. I know I haven't got a chance of turning into a frog by tomorrow morning. Oh, this is no use, Hermione said, snapping shut her weird wizarding dilemmas. Who on earth wants to make their nose hair grow into ringlets? I wouldn't mind, said Fred Weasley's voice. Be a talking point, wouldn't I? Harry, Ron, and Hermione looked up. Fred and George had just emerged from behind some bookshelves. What are you two doing here? Ron asked. Looking for you, said George. McGonagall wants you, Ron, and you, Hermione. Why? Said Hermione, looking surprised. Dunno, but she was looking a bit grim, though, said Fred. We're supposed to take you down to her office, said George. Ron and Hermione stared at Harry, who felt his stomach drop. Was Professor McGonagall about to tell Ron and Hermione off? Perhaps she noticed how much they were helping him, when he ought to be working out how to do the task alone. We'll meet you back in the common room, Hermione told Harry as she got up to go with Ron. Both of them looked very anxious. Bring as many of these books as you can, okay? Right, said Harry uneasily. By 8 o'clock, Madame Pince had extinguished all the lamps and came to chivvy Harry out of the library. Staggering under the weight of as many books as he could carry, Harry returned to the Gryffindor common room, pulled the table into a corner, and continued to search. There was nothing in Madcap Magic for Wacky Warlocks, nothing in A Guide to Medieval Sorcery, not one mention of underwater exploits in Anthology of 18th Century Charms, or in Dreadful Denizens of the Deep, or powers you never knew you had, and what to do with them now you're wised up. Crookshanks crawled into Harry's lap and curled up, purring deeply. The common room emptied slowly around Harry. People kept wishing him good luck for the next morning in cheery, confident voices like Hagrid's, all of them apparently convinced he was about to pull off another stunning performance like the one he had managed in the first task. Harry couldn't answer them. He just nodded, feeling as though there was a golf ball stuck in his throat. He had searched all the remaining books, and Ron and Hermione had not come back. It's over, he told himself. You can't do it. You'll just have to go down to the lake in the morning and tell the judges. He imagined himself explaining that he couldn't do the task. He pictured his bagman's look of round-eyed surprise, Cockroach satisfied, yellow-toothed smile. He could almost hear Fleur Delacour say, I knew it. E is too young. He is only a little boy. He saw Malfoy flashing his Potter Stinks badge at the front of the crowd. Saw Hagrid's crestfallen, disbelieving face. Forgetting that Crookshanks was in his lap, Harry stood up very suddenly. Crookshanks hissed angrily as he landed on the floor, gave Harry a disgusted look, and stomped away with his bottle-brush tail in the air. But Harry was already hurrying up the spiral staircase to his dormitory. He would grab the invisibility cloak and go back to the library. He'd stay there all night if he needed to. Lumos, Harry whispered 15 minutes later as he opened the library door. Wanting to be polite, he crept along bookshelves, pulling down more books. Books of hexes and charms, books on merpeople and water monsters, books on famous witches and wizards, on magical inventions, or anything at all that might include one passing reference to underwater survival. He carried them over to a table and set to work, searching them by the narrow beam of his wand, occasionally checking his watch. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. The only way he could keep going was telling himself over and over, next book, in the next one. The mermaid in the painting in the prefect's bathroom was laughing. Harry was bobbing like a cork in a bubbly water next to her rock, while she held her firebolt over his head. Come and get it, she giggled maliciously. Come on, jump. I can't, Harry panted, snatching at the fireball and struggling not to sink. Give it to me. But she just poked him painfully in the side with the end of the broomstick, laughing at him. That hurts. Get off. Ouch. Harry Potter must wake up, sir. Stop poking me. Dobby must poke Harry Potter, sir. He must wake up. Harry opened his eyes. He was still in the library. The invisibility cloak had slipped off his head as he slept. The side of his face was stuck to the pages of Where There's a Wand, There's a Way. He sat up, straining his glasses, blinking in the bright daylight. Harry Potter needs to hurry, squeaked Dobby. The second task starts in 10 minutes. And Harry Potter, 10 minutes? Harry croaked. 10 minutes? He looked down at his watch. Dobby was right. It was 9:20. A large dead weight seemed to fall through Harry's chest into his stomach. Hurry, Harry Potter, squeaked Dobby, plucking at Harry's sleeve. You were supposed to be down by the lake with the other champions, sir. It's too late, Dobby, Harry said hopelessly. I'm not doing this task. I don't know how. Harry Potter will do the task, squeaked the elf. Dobby knew Harry had not found the right book, so Dobby did it for him. What? Said Harry. But you don't know what the second task is. Dobby knows, sir. Harry Potter has to go to the lake and find his Weasley. Find my what? And take his Weasley back from the merpeople. What's a Weasley? You're a Weasley, sir. You're a Weasley. Weasley who is giving Dobby his sweater. Dobby plucked up the shrunken maroon sweater he was now wearing over his shorts. What? Harry gasped. They've got Ron? The thing Harry Potter will miss most, sir, squeaked Dobby. But past an hour, the prospect's black, Harry recited, staring horror-struck at the elf. Too late, it's gone and won't come back. Dobby, what have I got to do? You has to eat this, sir, squeaked the elf. And he put his hand into the pocket of his shorts and drew out a ball of what looked like slimy, grayish-green rat tails. Right before you go into the lake, sir, Jillyweed. What's it do? Said Harry, staring at Jillyweed. It will make Harry Potter breathe underwater, sir. Dobby, said Harry frantically, listen, are you sure about this? He couldn't quite forget that the last time Dobby had tried to help him, he had ended up with no bones in his right arm. Dobby is quite sure, sir, said the elf earnestly. Dobby hears things, sir. He is a house elf. He goes all over the castle as he lights the fires and mops the floor. Dobby heard Professor McGonagall and Professor Moody in the staff room, talking about the next task. Dobby cannot let Harry Potter lose his Weasley. Harry's doubt vanished. Jumping to his feet, he pulled off his invisibility cloak, stuffed it into his bag, grabbed the Jillyweed, and put it into his pocket. Then tore out of the library with Dobby at his heels. Dobby's supposed to be in the kitchen, sir, Dobby squealed as they burst into the corridor. Dobby will be missed. Good luck, Harry Potter, sir. Good luck. See you later, Dobby, Harry shouted, and he sprinted along the corridor and down the stairs, 3 at a time. The entrance hall contained a few last-minute stragglers, all leaving the Great Hall after breakfast and heading through the double oak doors to watch the second task. They stared as Harry flashed past, sending Colin and Dennis Creevy flying as he leapt down the stone steps and out into the bright, chilly grounds. As he pounded down the lawn, he saw that the seats had been encircled the dragon enclosure in November and now ranged along the opposite bank, rising in sands that were packed to the bursting point and reflected in the lake below. The excited babble of the crowd echoed strangely across the water as Harry ran flat out around the other side of the lake toward the judges, who were sitting at another gold-draped table at the water's edge. Cedric, Fleur, and Crumb were besides the judge's table, watching. Harry sprinted toward them. I'm here, Harry panted, skidding to a halt in the mud and accidentally splattering Fleur's robes. Where have you been? Said a bossy, disapproving voice. The test's about to start. Harry looked around. Percy Weasley was sitting at the judge's table. Mr. Crouch had failed to turn up again. Now, Percy, said Ludo Bagman, who was looking intensely relieved to see Harry. Let him catch his breath. Dumbledore smiled at Harry, but Karkaroff and Madame Maxime didn't look at all pleased to see him. It was obvious. Thank you, everyone. That's all for today. Bye. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to read page 493. Insane. Now, peace out.